Escape into a world where streaming feeds your curiosity.
With Curiosity Stream, you get documentaries that spark wonder, ignite discovery, and make learning addictive.
Face it, you're curious. That's why you tune into the show.
From ancient secrets to futuristic tech, from deep space journeys to microbial mysteries, you'll find
Whether you're uncovering cursed artifacts, decoding the cosmos, or exploring the science of memory, Curiosity Stream transforms your screen into the ultimate classroom, minus the pop quizzes.
Stream Smarter, Think Deeper, Be Curious.
Dive in at curiositystream.com infogo or click the link in the show notes for exclusive offers. Discover the bold, handcrafted flavor of Pete's signature coffee blends, reserve selections, and limited edition roast. Only available at pete's.com.
Their decades of commitment to excellence, sustainability, and farmer first practices.
Ensure every bag is roasted to order, so you're getting the freshest beans possible delivered straight to your door.
Whether you enjoy drip, pour over, French press, espresso, cold brew, K cup pods, or espresso capsules, Pete's has the perfect roast for your brew method.
On the go, grab a bottle of cold brew or espresso and fuel your day with uncompromising quality.
And now the official home of Mighty Leaf Tea, bringing you exclusive blends, whole leaf tea pouches, loose leaf teas, iced teas, and teaware, all in one place.
Pete's Coffee, where passion meets your pour. Click the link in the show notes for exclusive offers. Hi, I'm William.
And I'm Kat,
And that makes this Info on the Go.
answering questions you want to know.
Kat, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you picked this one or got the idea from somewhere.
Yes, I thought it was an interesting concept that I wanted to explore more.
Yeah, it was, as you can see when we get into it, it's going to be really interesting, and we're going to kind of break it down both perspectives. But I guess we'll tell everybody what we're talking about today. Ley lines on this episode of Info on the Go.
So, ley lines are straight alignments drawn between various historical structures, prehistoric sites, and prominent landmarks.
These alignments often connect places like ancient stone circles, burial mounds, churches, and natural features such as hilltops or springs.
Some believe these lines represent a network of earth energies or invisible pathways, suggesting that they channel spiritual or geomagnetic energy that can influence consciousness, health, or even natural phenomena.
This belief is often linked to New Age or esoteric traditions, which hold that sensitive individuals can perceive or interact with these energies, especially at intersections of multiple ley lines, sometimes referred to as power centers or energy vortexes.
Others view them as pseudo-archaeological patterns, pointing out that the perceived alignments may be coincidental or the result of pattern-seeking behavior in human cognition, known as apophenia.
Skeptics argue that given the sheer number of ancient sites and landmarks across landscapes like Britain or Europe, some alignments are statistically likely to occur purely by chance and don't necessarily reflect intentional placement or ancient knowledge.
Now, where did ley lines originate from? The concept of ley lines gained popularity in the early 20th century with Alfred Watkins and other researchers suggesting that ancient cultures deliberately aligned structures along these lines.
In 1921, Watkins introduced the idea after noticing that many ancient sites in the British landscape, such as standing stones, churches, and hill forts, seemed to fall into straight line patterns when plotted on maps.
He proposed that these alignments, which he termed leys, were remnants of an ancient system of trackways used for trade, pilgrimage, or communication across great distances.
Watkins documented his observations in his influential book, The Old Straight Track, arguing that these lines represented practical navigational routes used long before modern roads.
Though Watkins originally saw ley lines as functional rather than mystical, his ideas were later embraced and transformed by alternative theorists and spiritual movements who reinterpreted the alignments as energetic or symbolic pathways tied to the Earth's natural forces.
As the concept evolved, it attracted a wider following, blending folklore, geography, and metaphysics into a compelling, if controversial, framework for understanding ancient landscapes.
Ley line enthusiasts often associate them with mysticism, spirituality, and even alien visitation, viewing these alignments not merely as archaeological curiosities, but as conduits of profound metaphysical significance.
In many spiritual belief systems, ley lines are thought to channel the Earth's natural energies, sometimes referred to as telluric currents or geomagnetic forces, forming a planetary grid that influences life, consciousness, and even weather patterns.
These energies are believed to be most potent at the intersections of multiple ley lines, which are often described as energy vortexes or sacred sites.
Some proponents suggest that ancient civilizations were aware of these energetic pathways and deliberately constructed monuments, temples, and other sacred structures along them to harness or amplify their power for healing, ritual, or astronomical purposes.
This has led to interpretation of ley lines as repositories of ancient knowledge, encoding wisdom about the cosmos, earth cycles, and human spirituality.
In more fringe or esoteric circles, ley lines are often linked to extraterrestrial theories, with some claiming that UFO sightings and alien encounters are more common near ley line intersections.
These theorists propose that the lines serve as navigational routes or landing guides for otherworldly visitors, suggesting a cosmic dimension to the ancient landscape's geometry.
While mainstream science does not support these claims, ley lines continue to inspire a rich tapestry of beliefs blending folklore, spirituality, ancient wisdom, and the mysteries of the unknown.
Archaeologists and scientists generally consider ley lines to be pseudoscientific and pseudo-archaeological, largely because the methodology used to identify these alignments lacks rigorous evidence and often relies on subjective interpretation.
While proponents of ley lines point to seemingly straight connections between ancient sites, scholars argue that such patterns are frequently the result of selective observation, the human tendency to perceive meaningful patterns in random data known as apophenia.
Given the density of historical landmarks in regions like Britain or Europe, it is statistically likely that some alignments will appear purely by chance without any intentional design.
From a scholarly standpoint, there is no empirical evidence that ancient civilizations constructed their monuments according to global or regional grid of energy lines.
No written records, archaeological artifacts, or architectural plans have been discovered to support the idea that such a network was known or used in antiquity.
Most ancient sites, scholars suggest, were placed based on local topography, resource availability, cultural practices, or religious significance, and not due to their alignment with distant landmarks.
Additionally, many ley lines connect sites built in vastly different time periods and by unrelated cultures, further weakening the argument for a coherent intentional network.
For instance, drawing a line between a Neolithic stone circle and a medieval cathedral does not imply a shared purpose or understanding across millennia.
As summarized by archaeological literature, the ley line hypothesis is viewed as lacking credible foundation and falls outside the boundaries of accepted scientific and historical research.
Here are some well known examples of ley lines that enthusiasts and researchers often cite along with the sites they connect.
First up is St. Michael's Line in the UK.
Perhaps the most famous ley line in England, this alignment stretches from St. Michael's Mount in Cornwall to Berry Street, Edmonds in Suffolk, passing through several sites dedicated to St. Michael.
Key sites on the line is St. Michael's Mount, Glastonbury Tor, Avebury Stone Circle, the Hurlers Stone Circles, and Royston Cave.
Significance for these ley lines, believers claim that this line represents a powerful Earth energy channel aligned with solar events.
And next up, we have the Apollo St. Michael axis.
An alleged straight line alignment across Western Europe connecting seven major monasteries and sacred sites dedicated to the Archangel Michael.
And the key sites are Skellig Michael in Ireland, St. Michael's Mount in the UK, Mont Saint Michael in France, Sacara di San Michele in Italy, Monte de Sant'Angelo in Italy, Simi Monastery in Greece, Stella Maris Monastery in Israel.
Some suggest the line symbolizes the sword of Saint Michael, defending Christendom, and may coincide with solstice alignments. Hang on.
Next, the Nazca lines and sacred sites in Peru.
Enthusiasts often claim the Nazca lines in Peru, a series of vast geoglyphs, were placed along or in relation to ancient ley lines.
Connected sites, according to some theories, is the Nazca lines, Machu Picchu, and Lake Titicaca.
We really need to do one on Machu Picchu
Yes.
because it's probably one of the oldest sites in the world.
Right.
Anyway, some suggest these alignments reflect ancient astronomical or energetic knowledge. Although archaeologists attribute the geoglyphs to ritual use by the Nazca culture,
The Great Pyramid to Easter Island line, global hypothesis.
a much more speculative and global example. This theorized ley line connects the Great Pyramid of Giza with Easter Island, passing through other ancient sites.
The alleged alignments include the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt, Petra in Jordan, Persepolis in Iran, Mohenjo-Daro in Pakistan, Angkor Wat in Cambodia, and Easter Island in Chile.
Proponents argue this global line reflects lost ancient knowledge or even extraterrestrial guidance. Critics dismiss it as being cherry picked.
The Four Corners of Chaco Canyon line in the USA.
In the American Southwest, some believe sacred Native American sites like Chaco Canyon and Mesa Verde align along energetic pathways.
Sites sometimes include Chaco Canyon, Mesa Verde, Hopi Mesas, and Shiprock.
These sites are seen as spiritual centers in Native traditions, and some researchers propose intentional alignment based on celestial patterns.
These examples range from locally recognized alignments to global speculative theories. While none are scientifically confirmed as intentional networks, they continue to intrigue researchers, spiritual seekers, and travelers alike.
We will explore the New Age movement on ley lines here.
Ley lines have become a popular and enduring topic with the New Age movement, which blends elements of spirituality, esotericism, alternative healing, and metaphysical exploration.
Since the mid 20th century, ley lines have been reinterpreted far beyond their original archaeological context, evolving into a central feature of New Age geography and consciousness studies.
In this belief system, ley lines are often described as energetic meridians of Earth, similar to acupuncture lines in traditional Chinese medicine, but on a planetary scale.
Now, that is a good analogy there, I would say.
Mhm.
Hmm,
Yes,
very thoughtful.
very demure.
While ley lines are often discussed in the context of Europe and New Age spirituality, the idea of sacred paths across the land is found in many cultures around the world.
One of the most powerful and enduring examples comes from Australia, Aboriginal Songlines, also known as dreaming tracks.
Have you ever heard of this?
No.
So this is just we're getting into ley lines and how they're connected and everything. But we're going to tell you exactly what song lines are.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'm Michael Sievers, the writer, producer, and creator of The Silver King's War, a podcast series about my father's Second World War as a B-26 bombardier. Stanley L. Silverfield, known to his fellow warriors as the Silver King, was a first lieutenant in the United States Army Air Corps. He rode in the nose, the greenhouse of the famed Martin Marauder from A-72 north of Paris. The Silver King, a Marauder man, flew 38 missions. The Silver King's War is available wherever you listen to podcasts.
To Aboriginal Australians, songlines are much more than stories. They are spiritual maps tracing the journeys of ancestral beings during the dreaming, the time of creation when the world was formed.
These beings shaped the rivers, carved out the mountains, filled the water holes, and even placed stars in the sky. And every part of that journey was remembered in a song.
These songs, passed down through countless generations, form a kind of oral GPS. By singing them in the right sequence, a person can navigate thousands of kilometers across Australia's vast landscapes without ever needing a compass or written map.
Wow, that's
That's, im-
powerful.
that's impressive.
That is
That-
extremely impressive.
That's about as close to magic as we're going to get.
Each verse of a song corresponds to a specific landmark, a hill, a bend in the river, or a sacred tree.
The rhythm and melody even mimic the terrain, rising and falling with the hills, pausing near waterholes, or picking up tempo near rivers.
But songlines are more than just directions. They carry the spiritual law of the land, rules for kinship, morality, and even environmental stewardship. That's a pretty powerful song there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love this. Singing a songline isn't just storytelling, it's an act of creation and caretaking. It keeps the land alive and maintains the spiritual balance between people and country.
Some of these song lines are incredibly long. One famous path stretches over 3,500 kilometers from the central desert all the way to the coast of Byron Bay.
Wow,
That is that is amazing.
that's incredible.
I mean, you would have to I imagine it would take a lifetime to learn these songs, and I imagine this is only held for the esteem person within their tribe.
Right, I have no idea, but that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I mean, I'm
I
just sitting here.
assume you couldn't just walk in there and learn it, so
No, and not to travel that far. No.
no. And it enabled trade, cultural exchange, and ceremonial journeys across different language groups, each community contributing a verse and recognizing the sacred melody as a kind of cultural passport.
That's even that that's
That's,
even
that's
more
incredible.
astounding. Yeah, yeah. Another iconic example is the Rainbow Serpent song line, which links water holes across northern and central Australia.
This track is both a creation story and a hydrological map, guiding people to water in one of the driest places on Earth.
This would be a very important song to know.
Yes.
Yeah. Physical markers like sacred trees, ancient rock formations, and petroglyphs often align these routes, serving as sacred signposts.
Aboriginal art, whether on bark, rock, or ceremonial objects, often encodes parts of these journeys, acting like visual chapters in a spiritual landscape.
And here's something remarkable. Many Australia's modern roads unknowingly follow ancient songlines. When colonists arrived, they often adapted Aboriginal footpaths as ready-made routes, unknowingly building highways on the paths of the ancestors.
Oof.
That is, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't
I-
know. That's stepping on my toes.
yeah.
And revitalize songlines through cultural tourism, education, and digital mapping. For Aboriginal communities, these tracks are not relics of the past. They are living connections to identity, land, and spirit.
Just as ki or life force is said to flow through the human body along invisible channels. Ley lines are thought to conduct Earth's vital energy.
New Age practitioners believe that by aligning structures, rituals, or even personal meditation practices with these lines, individuals can harmonize with natural forces and elevate their spiritual awareness.
Sacred sites and energy vortexes in the New Age followers commonly associate ley lines with sacred sites that are said to radiate high vibrational energy. Places like Glastonbury Tor, Stonehenge, Sedona in Arizona, and Machu Picchu.
These sites are often located at ley line intersections, which are referred to as energy vortexes or power points.
These vortexes are believed to promote healing, spiritual awakening, or altered states of consciousness.
Pilgrimages to such locations are common among New Age adherents who engage in activities like meditation, sound healing, crystal work, and guided rituals to absorb or align with the energy.
Connection to ancient wisdom and lost civilizations within the New Age worldview. Ley lines are often seen as evidence of ancient, advanced knowledge possessed by lost civilizations such as Atlantis, Lemuria, or ancient Egypt.
It is believed that these cultures deliberately constructed temples, pyramids, and monuments on energetic nodes to harness planetary forces.
In this context, ley lines are thought to act as a global spiritual infrastructure, part of a forgotten science that once united humanity with the cosmos and the earth itself.
Some New Age interpretations extend the concept of ley lines into astrological or cosmic realms, suggesting that planetary alignments can affect ley energy or that Earth's chakra system mirrors the human body.
And we did something about chakra and what? Stone healing? Is that what it
Mhm.
was?
Yes.
Okay. For instance, Glastonbury is often described as the location of the heart chakra of the earth, while other sites are assigned roles as planetary chakras, corresponding to specific spiritual functions, creativity, intuition, or grounding.
These theories often blend Eastern philosophy, Western mysticism, and modern metaphysical ideas.
New Age practitioners may incorporate ley lines into personal energy practices such as Reiki, crystal healing, or Feng Shui, believing that aligning one's home, meditation space, or body with nearby ley lines can enhance spiritual well being, protect against negative energies, or attract abundance.
Some believe they can sense or dowse these lines intuitively, using tools like dowsing rods, pendulums, or simply heightened perception.
While many New Age beliefs around ley lines are dismissed by scientists as lacking empirical foundation, believers often argue that modern science has not yet evolved to measure or understand the subtle energies they describe.
The experiential nature of these practices, marked by personal transformation, intuition, and subjective validation, is seen as sufficient proof by those within the movement.
In summary, within the New Age movement, ley lines are not just geographic curiosities, but living, energetic highways that connect people to the earth, to ancient wisdom, and to the cosmos.
They serve as focal points for spiritual exploration, alternative healing, and a reimagining of humanity's place in the universe.
Ley lines first introduced as a practical navigational pathway by Alfred Watkins in the early 20th century has evolved into a multifaceted concept straddling the boundaries of archaeology, folklore, spirituality, and pseudoscience.
While mainstream academics largely regard them as coincidental alignments or products of human pattern seeking behavior, ley lines have taken on profound symbolic and metaphysical significance for many within the New Age movement and other esoteric traditions.
With the advent of powerful mapping technologies like Google Earth, GIS, Geographic Information System, and a variety of open source cartography tools, the exploration of ley lines has entered the digital era.
Enthusiasts around the globe now have the ability to plot points on a virtual map with high precision, connecting ancient sites across continents with the click of a mouse.
These tools allow for visual experimentation on a global scale, offering a bird's eye view that was impossible in Alfred Watkins' time.
Researchers and hobbyists alike have created intricate maps linking everything from Neolithic stone circles in England to the pyramids in Egypt and temples in Asia, all in search of hidden geometries or global energy grids.
This accessibility has sparked a wave of new patterns, theories, and online communities with websites and forums dedicated to discovering potential alignments.
Some believe that satellite mapping reveals intentional designs by ancient civilizations, alignments that only make sense when seen from above, suggesting either lost knowledge or even extraterrestrial input.
The ability to layer archaeological sites, spiritual centers, and natural landmarks over topographic and geographic data gives these theories an alluring visual appeal.
However, the same tools that empower exploration also expose one of the central weaknesses in ley line hypothesis.
Digital overlays make it painfully easy to draw straight lines between almost any two or more points on a crowded map.
With thousands of ancient sites across Europe, Asia, and the Americas, some alignments are bound to occur by pure chance, a classic case of statistical inevitability.
In other words, with enough dots on a map, you're guaranteed to find a few that line up.
Geographers and statisticians have demonstrated that similar alignments can be found even when using randomly generated points, underscoring the danger of cherry picking data to support a desired conclusion.
This is often referred to as the Texas sharpshooter fallacy, drawing a target around the bullet holes after the shots have been fired.
So while modern tools make ley line plotting more accessible than ever before, they also strip away some of the mystique.
They reveal how our brains, eager to find order in chaos, can manufacture patterns when none were intentionally created.
It's a powerful reminder that not every line drawn across the earth holds ancient secrets, but some still find meaning in the lines all the same.
And hey, if you're into that, I'm not judging.
Nope, not at all.
From ancient stone circles and medieval cathedrals to global energy grids and planetary chakras, ley lines have inspired both serious inquiry and imaginative speculation.
Enthusiasts view them as conduits of Earth's subtle energies, connecting sacred sites across time and space, possibly encoding forgotten knowledge or serving as spiritual highways for human and even extraterrestrial consciousness.
Skeptics, however, emphasize the lack of empirical evidence and caution against retrofitting modern spiritual narratives onto diverse and temporarily disconnected cultures.
Whether regarded as mystical energy paths, remnants of ancient wisdom, or intriguing examples of cognitive bias, ley lines continue to captivate the imagination.
They serve as a compelling lens through which people seek to reconnect with the landscape, uncover hidden meaning in historical sites, and explore the intersection of science, myth, and the enduring human desire for connection to something greater than themselves.
Before we wrap up, here are a few fascinating bits we didn't have time to fully explore in this episode, but they're well worth a deeper look if ley lines have sparked your curiosity.
Some modern day theorists link ley lines to crop circles, suggesting that mysterious geometric patterns in fields may form along these energy lines. While most crop circles are now known to be man made, believers still point to electromagnetic anomalies and GPS interferences near certain sites.
Uh, the Earth grid hypothesis, which is a fringe theory that proposes that the Earth is crisscrossed by a geometric grid made of platonic solids like the icosahedron, and that ley lines follow the invisible framework. The theory mixes sacred geometry, geodesy, and metaphysical ideas about the planet's energy structure.
Some researchers suggest that Neolithic people may have had a deeper understanding of Earth's magnetism or astronomical alignments, perhaps using tools or intuition we've long forgotten. The question remains coincidence, cultural connection, or just clever storytelling.
Even today, some ley line hunters use dowsing rods or pendulums to feel the energy beneath their feet. While science doesn't support the method, practitioners report powerful experiences, sometimes physical, sometimes spiritual, at ley line intersections.
Did you know some believe ley lines don't just connect places on the ground, but also link the constellations above? The idea is that ancient structures on Earth might mirror star maps, connecting heaven and earth through sacred geometry.
I had heard something about that.
Yeah, I have too. And, I found this very fascinating. And, I get it. People have different beliefs and people, it is the human nature to find patterns. This
Right.
is me talking. I mean, I'm not gonna jelly somebody's jam, but For me, I think you can find a pattern in almost anything you want to. And I think with enough dots on the map, you can make any kind of straight lines you would like. Now, did our ancestors know stuff we have long forgotten? I absolutely 100% believe that.
Hmm. No, I agree. I agree there. For
And
me, I think I would like to believe in the mysticism.
yeah, and that's quite all
I
right.
I want to believe in magic so bad.
I think the Aboriginal tribes in Australia have it figured out with song lines. I mean, to me, that is that was one of the most fascinating things about this to me.
I would love to hear one just like as I'm riding, through Australia. I think that would be the coolest thing.
Yeah, I mean, some of those are lifesavers, especially if you're going through, you know,
The heart of the desert out there.
yeah, and you're trying to find that next watering hole. Getting the song lyrics right there is going to be it's going to be very important.
Right.
You can't
Exactly.
you can't just make up your own lyrics like now, like da, 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 da.
No. See, and I don't even really make up my own lyrics. I just go by, random songs. Mostly they're Disney songs.
Ah,
Yeah.
for me, if I don't know the words, I actually just Google the lyrics now,
Yeah.
and I don't think you could do that with some of their song lines.
I don't think so.
No, but I'm like you. I would love to hear it. I think there's got to be some on YouTube or something somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll definitely look into that. That's pretty much all I've got, Kat.
Me too. If you would like to support this podcast,
Click the Patreon links in the show notes.
William and I want to thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you.
Join the Facebook group at Info on the Go
Share with us your show ideas.
or ask us a question.
Subscribe and follow us wherever you get your podcast.
Send us a text using the link in the show notes or leave a review.
Email us at
Info on the Go podcast at gmail.com.
we would love to hear from you. And yes, that is all one word. Till next time.
Stay curious.